Hi, my name is Cameron and I'm a registered counsellor and a life coach. In these videos, I'm giving you some inside information into what goes on in the counselling room, some of the things that people are coming to me with and how we're resolving them. Today I had a really good session with somebody who was struggling with making one of those really all-important life-changing decisions and was stuck in absolute analysis paralysis. Had been going backwards and forwards for months and months and months about what to do. And you might be there yourself. It could be deciding whether to stay in a relationship or whether to end it and go in search of something more fulfilling. Or it could be to leave a job and start that business you've always wanted to, and so on. And we can go either way, and it is awful. It sucks. I know, I've been there in analysis paralysis. So what do we do? How do we come to make a decision? Well, there's a number of things that factor in to this. One is that we're actually hardwired to stay with safe and predictable. We're hardwired back to the hunter-gatherer tribe days to know what's going to happen as best as possible and to stay with that, because to leave the safety of the tribe was dangerous. So we're actually hardwired. We can also have a battle of core beliefs. We might, because we've all got different core beliefs and they're all fighting for attention and they're all fighting to be heard, and they can be arguing with each other. So it's not just the heart-mind. There's other things. Depending on what went on in our childhood, we've got these different beliefs that can be sort of trying to make the decisions for us. In any kind of decision, it usually means having to let go of the alternative. And that's what's so hard. If we choose A, that means letting go of B. So if we choose to stay in the relationship, that means letting go of the idea that maybe there's somebody else out there for us that could be better. Alternatively, if we choose to end the relationship and go in search of something more fulfilling, it means leaving a relationship that is safe and predictable. Same equally applies with jobs and everything else. To make one decision one way usually means letting go of the other. So you can ask yourself the question, which is going to be harder to let go of? And within there is probably your answer. Another thing you can do is to do a bit of a dress rehearsal for yourself, a mental rehearsal. So internally within yourself, make the decision one way and then live for a couple of days internally as if you've made that decision. And then after a couple of days, pretend you've made the other decision and see how that feels for a couple of days. At the end of these 4 days, you can reflect. Whichever one felt safer, whichever one felt better, whichever one lit you up and got your juices going more, do that. If you're not making this decision for you, then don't do it. If you're making it for somebody else or to keep somebody else happy, that's a one-way ticket to resentment. So guess what? Your needs are the most important thing here. It's okay to put your own needs first. So make the decision with yourself firmly at the center, firmly in the driver's seat, and recognize that you deserve happiness. Now, the final thing that I can suggest for you is you got to lean into the uncertainty, because we're never going to have all the facts. If we knew what was going to happen at every waking moment of our lives, if we knew the outcome of every decision we made, then life would be pretty dull. We're never going to have all the information. I mean, we can make calculated risks, but work out at what point you know enough. So work out your nuts and bolts. So, if you're thinking about leaving a relationship, can you afford to live alone? Do you have somewhere to go? If you want to leave a job, can you afford to support yourself while you get your new business off the ground? That's just smart. That's just making sure you're not taking leaps into the abyss and hoping for the best. But work out what point you're at where you've got enough data to make the decision, and then leap. Because it's a leap of faith. And you got this. You can do it. You can. You've had successes in the past. So draw on your past successes. Remember what you've done well. And know that whatever comes along, you'll be able to handle it. because you've made the decision for the right reasons. You.